The free agency class this year is absolutely stacked. I mean, you have stars this season. You got Kershaw, Scherzer, Seager. I mean, you want a star player that can lead your team to a World Series, you can buy one of them. But with all of this talent here, there have been a couple of players I think are really, really underrated here. Aren't getting enough attention that teams might be able to get on the cheap, and they will have really, really good results. So starting off my list is Freddie Freeman. So Freddie Freeman's a first baseman with the Atlanta Braves. He was 31 this season, and in 159 games, he hit 300 with a 393 on base percentage, 503 slugging, 31 home runs. I mean, he does everything you could want as a first baseman. He's a left-handed bat, plays good defense, 85th percentile in outs above average, which is a stat that evaluates your fielding on Baseball Savant. So, he fields the ball really well at first, so he's not a liability. Left-handed bat, which is always nice to have for a team, and he was in the 100th percentile for expected batting average. Like, he hits really well. In fact, he won the MVP in 2020 in the shortened season. Like, he's just 1 year removed from that, and he was an all-star, like, before then. So, I think he's very underrated, and his expected stats, his xWOBA, is around 40 points higher than his WOBA. If you don't know what those stats are, they have really high correlations to next year's runs, but all I'm trying to say is he hit the ball really hard and got unlucky. So he's probably going to have an even better season than the season he just had, where he hit 300. Like, he's ridiculously underrated in my mind. Not a lot of people are talking about him. Talks about Rizzo, nah. Freeman's the real gem of the first baseman this year. And he's one of the best in the game. I mean, Muncy and Olsen are probably the only two players better than him. But, he's probably a top three, at least top five first baseman. So that's my first player, Freddie Freeman. My next player is Kyle Schwarber. Now, I didn't even know he was a free agent until like a little while ago when I started looking this stuff up, but he's a free agent and he had a great season this year. In 113 games with the Washington Nationals and Boston Red Sox, he had 32 home runs and put up a 928 OPS. He has crazy power. I mean, you want a guy who will hit you a lot of home runs. He's your guy. He can play left field. He can play first base, emergency catcher. Like, if he played the full season, he would have played around 50 more games and easily hit 40 home runs. I mean, guaranteed in my mind. Like, he's an extraordinarily talented player and one of the better bats this offseason, just offensively. There's a lot of players that are very, very, well-rounded, but if you just want pure hitting ability, in my mind, he's probably the best hitter there. Maybe him or Freeman. So, no one talks about Kyle Schwarber, and I think he has a lot of upside. He's only 28. I could see a team stealing him on a 5-year contract for $100 million or something. So only $20 million a year. He's amazing. And another thing, he won't cost you a qualifying offer because he can't be tendered one by the Red Sox because he was traded midway through the season. So, a lot of upside in signing him. My next player is a pitcher. And pitcher on the San Francisco Giants named Kevin Gausman. Now, Gausman has just been an all-right pitcher for his whole career. Nothing extraordinary. Just always pitched around 180 innings and been all right. But he turned it on this year. in 192 innings pitched. He led the majors in games started with 33 and put up a 2.81 ERA along with a 3 FIP and 10.6 strikeouts per 9. You're not going to be able to find much of a better pitcher than Gausman. Like, I know there's a lot of hype about Robbie Ray, Carlos Rodon, Max Scherzer, and Clayton Kershaw. And, like, I'm buying into that hype. I want the Yankees to get Carlos Rodon, but if we get Kevin Gausman or any team that gets him, it's going to be a sneaky pickup. All three of these players be sneaky pickups because no one's talking about them. So, those are my 3 free agents that no one is talking about, and I think like they have a lot of talent. Will probably get signed by a team. A little underrated this offseason. So if you like this, tell me who you think's an underrated free agent. Tell me where you want them to sign. Just leave it all in the comments below.